Cells.
Mm-hmm. Do this.
And I'm gonna be racing with my girlfriend.
Hi, I'm Erica France.
You look gorgeous. Are you fixing my... Got a little bacon? Baby, that's deep.
Erica Kirk has shocked everyone again, and this time it's deeply personal. People are stunned because the man she's reportedly seeing isn't just anyone. He's the childhood friend of her late husband, Charlie, and is now said to be living in the very house she once shared with him. Candace Owens leaked the man's identity publicly, and once confirmed, it explained why things had seemed so strange lately. Insiders claim Erica even made her kids start calling this new man Daddy, a move many see as profoundly disrespectful to Charlie's memory. The revelations don't end there. Candace allegedly uncovered more names, suggesting Erica may have been seeing other men while claiming she was single, sending fans into a frenzy. What's fueling the outrage most is the timing. Charlie passed only 5 months ago, and now she's reportedly moved on with his longtime friend. Candace reportedly felt this crossed a line, leading everyone to question why she chose now to reveal everything. Adding a bizarre twist, Erica posted a strange AI-generated photo, seemingly to distract from questions about the mysterious man she was spotted with at a basketball game. But it wasn't her critics who called it out. Her own supporters were the first to notice something was off. They accused Candace's fans of spreading fake photos to make it seem like Erica had a new boyfriend, igniting a frenzy online with thousands of likes and reposts, condemning Candace for supposedly targeting a grieving widow. In reality, Candace had nothing to do with the image at all.
I'm sorry, but that whole thing right there is frustrating. The idea that she does not have time. She's done Hannity, she's done The Five, she's done Fox and Friends, she's done Outnumbered, she's done Megyn Kelly Live.
The shocking twist? The so-called deep fake actually came from Erica's own camp, and the timing made it look way more intentional. It dropped just as questions started swirling about the mystery man seen with her at the basketball game, seemingly designed to distract from the real story. But the cover-up crumbled once clips from that night went viral. Erica at the Peach Bowl, laughing, leaning close to the man, smiling like they'd known each other forever, with chemistry that was impossible to miss. Witnesses said the viral video barely captured how close they actually seemed, and suddenly it made sense why Erica's circle would try to bury the footage. It wasn't just a casual hangout. It looked like something much deeper. Observers noted the man didn't resemble a colleague or bodyguard. He seemed like a romantic partner, protective and utterly focused on her, making the scene all the more uncomfortable given it's only been around 4 months since Charlie's passing. According to Candace Owens, none of this should have come as a shock, since Erica's behaviour in the months after Charlie's death had been hinting at this. Candace recalled when Erica was first spotted with a man at Fort Wooker, revealed to be her ex, Cabot Phillips, aka Kit, the same man with the infamous pizza tattoo now quietly stepping into Charlie's old speaking gigs. Kit isn't just anyone, he's a former flame of Erica's, and back in the day she denied ever dating him, insisting she'd stayed pure and devoted to her faith during her single years in New York. But online sleuths weren't convinced. Old posts surfaced, including a cringe-worthy shot from Kit's old account showing him and Erica on a painting date, the caption leaving little to the imagination, and that's when things got even more awkward.
Will say is, when I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
Another photo surfaced proving that Cabot and Charlie had been friends long before Erica entered the picture, meaning she once dated a man who had been close to her late husband. So when Candace Owens revealed that Erica's new boyfriend was tied to Charlie's circle, it wasn't a total shock. Observers noticed a pattern forming, and things escalated quickly when Erica scrambled to regain control after Candace went public, allegedly leaking receipts through her publicist Andrew Vett to prove where she was on September 8th, supposedly to counter claims about Fort Wooker. But when the metadata was checked, it revealed the photo was actually taken on September 9th, making it look like a staged, desperate attempt to rewrite the story. The stunt immediately raised eyebrows online, with people calling it sloppy and obviously calculated as a distraction no one would fall for. Candace called it out, questioning why Erica's team would post evidence contradicting their own timeline. And the controversy deepened when Erica's camp tried to discredit Candace's witness, former military staffer Mitch Snow, only to have Mitch's arranged son confirm his story instead of refuting it, making the spin backfire spectacularly. Initially, the narrative was framed as simple damage control for a grieving widow, but the pattern of deception became undeniable. It wasn't about truth, it was about deflection. That's when Candace released even more receipts, revealing a side of Erica's supposedly faithful past that painted an entirely different picture.
After he was assassinated, not only is this guy Erica's ex, but while Erica was dating Cabot already knew Charlie. So now that Charlie's gone, Erica's already decided to give her ex-boyfriend a seat at Turning Point? That's totally not suspicious at all. Nothing to see here.
Remember when Erica claimed she hadn't dated anyone before Charlie? That story is now unraveling as new names surface of men who were apparently part of her life during the pure and single phase she used to brag about. Candace Owens didn't specify which man was Charlie's childhood friend, but the growing list alone set social media on fire. Among them was basketball player Josh Harrelson, with old tweets from Erica's long-deleted account showing playful banter between her and Josh's friends, proving they were more than casual acquaintances. Another resurfaced name was Joe Lum, a former Survivor contestant, with group photos and an old gun range clip showing clear chemistry, smiling and laughing like more than friends. While no one can confirm which of these men is Charlie's old friend, Erica's romantic timeline is now undeniably messy, and insiders say she isn't slowing down. Reports claim her new man has even moved into the house she once shared with Charlie, a home still filled with photos of him, and where their children continue to hope he'll return to tuck them in. By this point, the situation had reached a boiling point. The fake photo scandal, the mystery man at the basketball game, the Fort Wooker timeline, and the resurfaced receipts from her so-called single years combined into a full-blown social media investigation. Fans and observers weren't just asking who Erica was dating, they were questioning what she was hiding and why her story kept changing. Seeing the growing public confusion, Candace Owens decided to push the story even further, digging into the tangled web surrounding Erica's past and present relationships.
Literally would roll over next to Charlie,
At what time?
and it's like 2 a.m.
Not 3.
We don't go to bed the first night until like 3.
We're having a sleepover.
It's like a slumber party.
Tomato, tomato.
Like, this is really cool. I have a sleepover for the rest of my life
With who?
with my best friend.
Candace claimed that everything people were seeing wasn't random at all. It was part of a carefully coordinated plan by Erica's camp to manipulate public sympathy, rebuild her image as a strong, independent widow, and quietly move on behind the scenes. According to Candace, everything from the AI-edited photo to sudden leaks of innocent vacation pictures was part of a real-time PR makeover. Watching Erica's posts shift rapidly from grieving widow to glam mum at VIP events, the pattern was undeniable. Remember the Peach Bowl clip? Once that went viral, Candace doubled down, hinting it wasn't the first time Erica had been seen like that, noting smaller private gatherings where she appeared with the same man, flirty, confident, and seemingly carefree. Fans and investigators started pulling old footage from local charity events and Turning Point meetups, showing Erica relaxed, laughing and chatting with donors, far from the image of someone still deep in mourning. Insiders also claimed she had quietly restructured her late husband's foundation, reassigning speaking engagements and donor connections to allies loyal to her new direction, including Cabot Phillips, who had re-emerged in her circle. Behind closed doors, this consolidation of power was glaring, and watching Charlie's close friends now working under Erica's leadership made the optics awkward and emotionally jarring, even for people within the organisation.
It gets even darker. Candace hinted that Erica's mystery man might have connections to some of the same donor networks Charlie used to work with, suggesting this could be about more than romance. It could involve money, influence, and access. The timing of her new relationship, right as she was taking control of the organization's assets, made it impossible not to connect the dots. Erica didn't stay quiet, pushing back through strategic interviews and subtle online posts, projecting empowerment, faith, and grace. with statements like, "You can't control what people say about you, only how you respond," which her supporters flooded with heart emojis and prayers. Yet the more she curated her image, the more contradictions surfaced. Claims she'd never spoken to certain men were later contradicted by photos, fueling skepticism. Candace's followers began investigating old travel posts, metadata, and timestamps, revealing a pattern. Erica's trips aligned with PR moments, and her posts often went live exactly when rumors dropped, as if trying to drown out bad press with feel-good content. The bombshell came when rumors emerged that her new boyfriend had quietly moved into her home, the same house she and Charlie built together. For the public, that crossed an emotional line. It wasn't just about her moving on, but how she was doing it. Insiders described a surreal scene, framed photos of Charlie still on the walls, while another man's belongings occupied the same shelves, turning their shared home into an Instagram backdrop, while her children continued living surrounded by reminders of their dad. The image hit the internet like a bomb, turning gossip into genuine outrage. People began questioning whether Erica's public persona of faith and devotion was a carefully constructed act designed to keep donations flowing and sympathy alive. Ironically, every attempt she made to control the narrative only made it worse. Every clarification sparked new questions, and every denial fueled fresh speculation. Candace Owens' initial revelations had grown into a massive online movement, scrutinizing Erica's every move, and by the end of the week, even mainstream commentators were calling it one of the messiest image control meltdowns in recent memory. The timeline of her grief and rebranding had blurred so much that no one could tell what was genuine anymore, yet Erica wasn't backing down. Whether protecting herself, rebuilding her empire, or simply moving on, she did it unapologetically. But her actions raised a haunting question: if she could replace people in her life so easily, what else might she be capable of rewriting? With Candace teasing a new drop that could expose the real reason behind everything, the online world held its breath. By now, even some of Erica's biggest supporters were questioning her motives, as the story evolved from rumors about a new boyfriend into a heated debate about truth, loyalty, and the lengths people go to protect power. Insiders revealed that behind closed doors, Erica had been holding late-night meetings with PR managers, legal teams, and branding consultants to completely reshape her public image, earning the phrase "the rebrand of grief" to trend online. Candace pointed out that the timing of Erica's so-called new beginnings perfectly aligned with major financial and leadership decisions inside Turning Point, with her leadership circle quietly redirecting the organization's money and speaking engagements even as Erica publicly spoke about healing and faith. Even though Candace didn't directly accuse Erica of anything, she made it clear that the coincidences were piling up, while Erica refused to stay silent. Slowly, she transformed from a soft-spoken widow into someone much bolder online, posting captions like, "When they go low, I stay grateful and let them talk." God knows my heart, projecting polish, confidence, and untouchability. But observers began noticing something chilling. The more Erica spoke about peace and faith, the more people from Charlie's old circle, former co-workers, allies, and mutual friends, vanished from the spotlight. Some unfollowed her completely, others posted cryptic messages about fake friends and spiritual betrayal, suggesting Erica wasn't just moving on, but actively rewriting her entire network. The tipping point came with footage of Erica and her mystery man leaving a private donor dinner in Dallas. She in a sleek black dress, holding his hand, laughing fully, carefree, while seated alongside several of Charlie's long-term donors and associates. Fans who once defended her right to move on were stunned at how seamlessly she stepped into Charlie's personal and professional role. Candace seized the moment, arguing that Erica wasn't just trying to heal, she was attempting to inherit Charlie's influence. Within months of his passing, Erica had become the face of Turning Point, replaced his closest allies with her own team, and aligned herself with a man tied to the same donor network her husband once led. And it wasn't just Candace voicing this theory. Former Turning Point insiders quietly confirmed it, further fueling the growing debate about Erica's motives and ambitions. Insiders described Erica's leadership style as colder, more calculated, and entirely image-driven. reportedly banning staff from mentioning Charlie during internal meetings and insisting the focus remain on the future, not the past. A move that rubbed longtime supporters of Charlie the wrong way. For those who had admired him, it wasn't just business, it was personal, as he had built his reputation on loyalty and conviction, and now his legacy seemed to be reshaped by someone treating grief like a marketing campaign. The shift was visible even on Erica's social media, where black and white tributes were replaced by staged photos, luxury trips, and carefully edited posts about overcoming trials, which fans called tone deaf and critics labeled rebranding grief for clicks. Yet every attempt she made to explain herself was undercut by resurfacing details, from Fort Wooka footage to awkward coincidences in her dating timeline, revealing layers of her life she likely never wanted exposed. Candace Owens wasn't alone in following the trail. Independent creators, former employees, and journalists began cross-referencing travel dates, events, and public records, piecing together a complex web of timing and relationships that made Erica's statements increasingly shaky. The twist no one expected came in leaked screenshots of private group chats allegedly from Erica's team, showing discussions about narrative control and distraction drops, suggesting her camp actively planned which stories to release whenever new rumors arose. Authentic or not, the screenshots fit the pattern. Every controversy was met with a glossy, feel-good post about charity work or family life. Even staunch defenders of her faith narrative began stepping back, questioning whether her grief was genuine, her leadership earned or inherited, and how much of her story was actually real. And most of all, how far would Erica go to protect what she'd built? By the end of the month, what began as simple gossip about a new boyfriend had exploded into one of the biggest scandals in the conservative influencer world, transforming Erica Kirk from devoted wife to PR powerhouse, while leaving a trail of confusion, suspicion, and broken alliances. Yet through all the noise, she didn't flinch. She continued attending events, posting polished photos, and acting as if the chaos didn't exist, seemingly aware that in her world, image isn't just power, it's survival. But the human cost is undeniable. Reports claim her children are now being told to call her new man daddy, leaving fans and insiders speechless. Just months ago, the kids had stability and love from a father deeply involved in their lives. Now a stranger is occupying the space he once held, and insiders say the children barely spend time with Erica anymore, as she is either surrounded by cameras or focused on her new partner. Candace Owens has been clear that the real victims are the children, caught in the crossfire of a woman who rewrites timelines, manipulates narratives, and crosses boundaries without regard for who gets hurt. Erica isn't just moving on, she's doing it in the very house filled with memories of the man she lost, leaving her kids to navigate a world that feels suddenly foreign. As Erica goes silent and speculation grows, the question is no longer who she's dating, but what else she might be hiding. Because every time it seems like the story has reached its end, another layer peels back, another lie, another cover-up, another twist that makes people question what's real and what's staged. For those following, the saga isn't over, it's only escalating, leaving everyone waiting for the next chapter in a story that refuses to stay buried.